Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Wednesday Night Blades in the Dark. This episode is sponsored by Zalkary's YouTube channel. Zalkary's YouTube channel. Watch the VODs.
Apply directly to the forehead. Wait.
Yes. VOD on. Apply directly to the eyeballs. No.
Oh shit, we're alive?
We are live. Yes, it's correct, Mr. Xanax. Z-N-X. However you want to pronounce that there. Yes, we are live, and to be serious, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Blades in the Dark. I've been looking forward to this for about 7 days now, including today. 8 if we include last Wednesday as well, but that's neither here nor there. To summarize last session, watch the VODs. No, but seriously, to summarize last session, it was largely the events of Downtime, finishing up our beloved score, where we did end up killing one of the big leaders of the Billhooks, Corin, specifically. Oh. We did end up killing one of the leaders of the Billhooks, Corin, who is also the son of Tarvel, the big leader of the Billhooks. In the wake of that, Downtimes kind of went on as normal, and I do not recall the exact nature of everyone's downtime, though I do believe there was... Yes, no. The big events that sort of happened there was Bartholomew, Boo Boo, our local lovely clown.
Lord of Jest.
Yes, full of jest. He opened up, he had himself a little party and invited his active friend Arzu and a few of her associates and poisoned them.
It's true, I did.
And unfortunately, the poison was not very good.
That's also true.
But he did begin to somewhat influence them to join the cult. Which, that's one way to go about it, I suppose. More notably, there are currently racing clocks between the two of events there. Arzu's associates join the cult, and they decide otherwise. Basically, is what it all kind of amounts to. Either they will join the cult, or they're kind of, oddly enough, take umbrage to the fact that they were poisoned. Which is weird, I know, but people, right? Now,
Hopefully they don't appreciate
the
that.
other major events that happened, as I recall, because unfortunately, Ketchel, if I remember correctly, you did not do a whole lot of your downtime either.
I did not know, but I did come up with an idea for next time.
Very cool, yes. Meanwhile, I don't recall Songbird doing anything notable either. Zal, am I wrong, or? That's right. We kind of, yes.
Yeah, I had a free play scene in mind, but I wasn't in a rush to get to that. But I hadn't really figured out what to do with the other friggin' downtime, because
I didn't even know you still had one. Very nice. Yes.
Because we got rid of our stress perfectly, 6 out of 6, and then I was just kind of left there. Not left there.
That's right. Now I recall. I knew there was something involving you. It was the fact that you had a free time thing you wanted to get to, and we will get to that. Now, the other important thing to note about the score prior to it is that it was all blamed on the cult of the drowned savior. The interesting thing about that means that the crew received no heat for their actions, the deaths they caused, all of that, which would be otherwise have been considerable. But they also received none of the reputation either, none of the street cred for murdering such a high and rather influential member of the Dustfall underworld. But they have begun to organize street cred in other ways, as Rayford Stockholm, the ever magnificent, faithful man. Say faceless, but you have so many. He began to negotiate with the grinders.
Living Mr. Potato Head, yes.
Yes, you are the Mr. Oh God, you're Mr. Potato. Oh wow. Oh, it's kind of poignant. We'll come back.
How topical.
Indeed. He had begun to negotiate with the grinders, specifically Garrett, the current leader of the grinders in the Dock District, which is a new event for them, set up perfectly for them by the fact that, well, they've been looking to push into the docks for some time, and now with the Billhooks at war with another faction entirely, yeah, it is looking pretty, it was a pretty good setup for them to move in and start taking events over. They currently only have a few streets in the southwestern part of the district, kind of centered around the Haverstone warehouse where this meeting took place. And essentially, what Rayford offered to the grinders was, I scratch your back, you scratch mine kind of deal. He revealed to them that they had been the ones responsible for murdering Corin. Disposing of Corin. And I believe you actually brought something of his as well as proof.
His 2 hatchets. Or
His 2
whatever.
hatchets, yes. His meat cleavers.
Meat cleavers, that's what it was.
Yes. Dare was suitably impressed as they were, and the alliance was solidly formed between the two groups. The deal is essentially, if the crew can help the party with their goals, specifically filling their war treasury, or just help them in any other way in their dealings across the docks, there will be aid provided to the crew from the grinders. Though, if I remember correctly, you also rolled fairly well enough to be like, you know what, you did kind of set us up with this to begin with, so yeah, we'll loan some things out if you need to ask. Am I remembering that correctly, Devin?
Yes, pretty much just like, at the moment, we fill their war treasury, they'll be really grateful to us, but at the moment, it's a favor for a favor. If we want a favor from them, we're going to expect to do something for them later.
You have already, and if I'm not mistaken, what you kind of set it up as is you've already primed the ground with a favor for them.
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
They're trying to get me to do something for them right now, but I was able to roll that out of the way.
Yes. Very nice. Very nice indeed. Now, let me think here. Now, I suppose the best thing to do would be to kind of mosey back into the free times, the free play and the downtimes, and let you all do as you will. So whoever wants to go, if anyone wants to spend any coin or
Did we
not
not do
accept
downtimes at the end of last session?
yes, I was just describing all the downtimes you did during last session.
Yeah, like we said, Songbird still technically has one. I think Ketzel has both?
Both of them. Okay, that's right. My bad. Sorry.
Oh,
I'll
that's
shut up.
right. Yeah.
So let's see what Ketzel's doing. Let's give him the...
Yeah, Ketchup.
Didn't I indulge my vice last time? Oh, I did, but oh, that's right. I didn't do training. Oh, I do still have one then, don't I? Let me just make sure about that real quick. Yeah, no, I did indulge my vice.
Yeah.
He
Okay.
did indulge his vice. He just did not.
But I did not do my second one. Okay, I have an idea.
Very cool.
All right, what was the name of Songbird's enemy, or not enemy, but
Rival.
rival.
Resh.
Resh.
Award
Thank
boss.
you. I promised to have a meeting with him at one point in time, and I believe I've got his note on hand still. I would like to pay this man a visit.
Yes. Now, Songbird, I don't think have we ever established where Resh is a ward boss of specifically? Is it the docks or is it somewhere else?
Let me see if I remember, because I think it would have been where she grew up in. I want to see if I mentioned it before I make that shit up. Silkshore.
Oh, that's perfect, actually. Yes. I love it. So, yes. So, Resh's estate is within the northernmost peak of the Silk Shore area. Make sure I spelled that name right there. I did, yes. It's in a section of Silk Shore called the Ease, if I'm remembering correctly. Let me pop all over the Silk Shore section of this map real fast. Here we go. And the Ease is essentially all of Duskwall is crisscrossed by networks of gondola ways, waterways, narrow, some rivers, some wide, some narrow. The ones you see on map are just like the biggest ones in the section. The entirety of the E, this entire sort of middle section here, kind of fading up into the northernmost part, is completely crisscrossed. The only way to get around the Ease easily is by gondola. So, how do you go about making your way through the area?
I'm going to use my legs.
Fair enough. Fair
Just
enough.
kidding.
You're gonna walk?
Yeah, it's going to be a leisurely walk through the streets as best as possible. If there's only gondola rides to that, I suppose I will do that at some point.
By no means is it only. That's just like the quickest way. Like the bridge networks and road networks and whatnot are they're made. Like this area was not designed for them specifically.
Fair enough. Would it be feasible? Would it be feasible to say I have the time to walk for it then?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay. Then I'm going to say that Katsiel would take a leisurely walk, giving him some time to think about what he intends to do, to say.
Yes, as you do the bright and colored lights of this area of the Silk Shore flicker and flash and dim and bold and brighten around you. Women catcall you, trying to call you into their business places of business. Though most kind of shy away as they get a better look at you and your grayscale appearance.
That's fair.
As they realize what you are.
Harsh, but fair.
Yeah, the red lights give you some color that tricks them for a moment, but they kind of fade out. The ones that don't appear to be Taikarosi in and of themselves to some degree or another.
It's on you. I'm into that shit.
Hey, who doesn't want a girl with feathers for hair? But yes. So the Resh Estate is a complex sort of building. It's not a standalone building as you might expect, but it very clearly has been singled out from amongst the other buildings that are built up onto it. It's very, very much like the rest of the area. It is a what favela, I think is the word. When you like in the Latin American countries where they have all these buildings that kind of built on top of each other, next to each other, and like painted brightly and all that. Is it favela?
Shit, I just realized I was muted. Yeah, I think it's pronounced favela.
Favela. Yes, I'm seeing it now. It's an E, not an A. Thank you. Yeah, it's very much a favela style thing, and it's very clear that Rush's estate is like been kind of singled out amongst the others. The other buildings in it kind of look maybe a little bit empty, almost like it's just squatters in there. And there are a handful of private security looking type thugs hanging out on balconies that would otherwise connect these buildings together. But the way into Reshin's like personal abode here is clear as day. It could not be any easier to identify.
Interesting. I think Katsiel's approach is very nonchalant as he pretty much just looks for like the most direct path he can make his way there. It's very ignorant of what's around him, or at least appearing to be so. He's very disinterested in what surrounds him or what lies between him. He's more interested in getting there because he has business to attend to. He's very straightforward today, I believe.
So as you approach the main front gate, you are stopped by a large Skovlander man with a single like blonde ponytail braid going down his head back. He just like asks you what you're doing there, like harsh, very thick Skovlander accent.
Ketziel kind of like stops at this point, regards him warily. When you say he's large, is he like large, tall, large, or like large, like muscular, large?
Muscular, large. He's about average height. Ketchel is about how tall?
Very.
Yeah, like you actually extend above him, but he's like twice your width.
Okay. So fighting him is not a good idea.
A dwarf.
No, he's not a dwarf. Like Ketchel is inhuman.
Watch out, Ketchel! You'll get put in the book of grudges.
Ketziel's not like inhumanly tall or anything, but I mean he's a fairly tall man. You know, good head, maybe like a head and shoulders above the norm, perhaps.
Just be careful. Yeah. He might mistake you for an elf, and it will inspire his like the rage that exists in his bloodline.
I too hate the elves, but anyway.
Man of culture.
I am searching for an acquaintance.
There's no acquaintances here. Not for someone like you, I think.
God, it is a dwarf.
Then you do not know me very well, it would seem. I'm looking for a man named Resh.
You know who lives here, most people do. And who are you who've come looking for him?
A friend.
I'll put your name down as Mr. A Friend then, and let the little boss know that you came by.
Thank you.
I don't tell me your actual name, or are you gonna waste my time?
Ketzel kind of like hesitates at this point, trying to remember if he actually gave him his name or not. Let him know it's about his bird.
Oh shit.
Scotland's face kind of hardens for a moment there, like trying to gauge what you're talking about, or if you're talking about what he thinks you're talking about. Then he nods. All right, yeah, right there. And he like walks backwards for the first few steps before he finally turns on his heels and walks inside at a brisk pace. A few minutes pass before he returns, and Resh himself comes out. The same looking, very polite, well-dressed man that you remember seeing. I forget. Did I describe him as being fairly short in stature last time, or?
He had a big jaw.
I don't actually remember. It's been a few weeks. I don't really remember a lot about Rush aside from he was a businessman. He was very businesslike.
Said he had a Neanderthal like build.
That was it. Yes, he was very, very Neanderthal in appearance.
Gotcha.
Thank you, Devin. Yeah, very, very, very. That was right. I described him as looking like he was very well dressed, but he's very well dressed and very well groomed, but he didn't look like the type of person you would expect to be well dressed and well groomed. It's just his body proportions gave him that kind of savage look to him.
Catziel kind of like gives him a very light, very short bow as he approaches, as a sign of respect. He's very polite about it.
He like thrust out his hand to shake yours. Ah, yes! Thank you for returning. It's good that we can finally have this meeting.
It is good to see you as well. I have business. Perhaps we can make a deal. He kind of like shakes his hand at the same time, very gently. He's like, it's a firm handshake, but he's not trying to like assert dominance or like gain the upper hand or anything per se. It's a very mutual, respectful handshake.
Indeed, business is exactly why I've called you here. Please come inside.
All right, Catziel shall follow in his footsteps.
We have much to discuss, you and I.
Indeed. For you, I have information. From you, I humbly request assistance.
Should you be able to give me what I am after? I have many things I can share with you as well.
Splendid. So, I assume this is all as they're still approaching wherever.
Yeah, they're walking inside or whatnot. Yeah.
Okay.
Please, hang up your coat. Come have a seat. He moves toward like a further back of the room. There's like a large dining area. The inside of his place is pretty much as nice.
Catziel does take a seat as bid. Again, in a very graceful, polite manner. He's very respectful about this man and his assets, but he does not remove his coat. The jacket does not come off.
Sorry, ladies, the coat stays on during sex.
Yeah, no, he doesn't react whatsoever. He has a seat as well. Now! You intrigued me during our first conversation at the dock. I had hoped to find what I was looking for that night, but... Well, that opportunity has passed now, hasn't it? But what you can tell me, if you can tell me anything at all, I am fairly interested to hear it.
Then
it should be noted that the Skovlander that was out front with you is also still in the room, standing at the door by which you came in here.
Noted here. Okay, so he's a bouncer of sorts. Good to know. Catziel kind of like relaxes a little bit, kind of like folds his hands over at this point. He's ready to do business with this man. He's ready to make a fair trade. Yes, I recall you were searching for something of great importance to you.
Yes,
good, sir.
Great importance does not even begin to describe the value that this has to me. You have no idea how long I've been looking for this.
Truly, your motivations are dedicated. As a man of dedication myself, I can relate to this. Tell me something, good sir. Know you of my motives in this?
I'm sorry, could you repeat that?
He said, know you of my motives in this, in regards to like their dealing, essentially.
I'm afraid I'm not familiar with this turn of phrase. You'll have to explain this to me. I apologize.
Does Resh understand why Catziel is assisting him at this time? Like, what motivates Catziel? Catziel understands that Resh is extremely motivated to obtain his prize. He's inquiring if this is also reciprocated, if he too understands Catziel.
No, I am afraid I cannot say that I am, but surely this would only further demonstrate my point of how desperate, no, I will say it plainly as it is. I am to work with you in this regard. And how far I am willing to go to compensate you for what it is you can help me with.
Very well. But know this, good sir. I do not seek to earn your favor. I seek to trade with you on even terms. You seek something of utmost importance in your life, as too do I. I shall assist you, and in return, you shall assist me. Now then, as an offer of good faith, I will lead us off. But first, I request something from you. May I inquire as to the reasons, perhaps the past, a little backstory as to why this is so important you would trust a strange man like me?
What better reason to trust a strange man like you than with a motive as strange as mine?
I will allow it. Very well.
I am not picky in the company I keep, sir. Morn here is but one of many bodyguards and many personnel I have hired over the years to help me. He
Then
is
I shall...
among the more normal of the kind.
I have little use for normal, but
As do I.
perhaps there is something useful in us all. Very well. I believe I have located what you seek, good sir.
Yes.
However, before I deliver it unto you and into your necessary hands, I do require it for mine own purposes.
His brow furrows deeply, and with his facial, with how his face is kind of built, that is very deep. It's almost like another layer of flesh just kind of generates on his head as he does that. I am not in a mood to share such a prize, sir. You had best explain yourself now.
You offend me, good sir. I do not require the use of yours, nor your property, no. I simply require its assistance to go beyond. I shall give you the short example. I am the herald of a god far beyond your ilk and mine. In order to make the journey beyond the veil, I require more mystical acceptance. This prize of yours is currently assisting me and many others. When I am able to assure my passing into the great beyond, I shall deliver her to you, unharmed, unhurt, and yours to do with as you please.
Jesus Christ.
And how soon would this ascension of yours happen?
As of yet, I am uncertain. Perhaps a few weeks, a few months at most. However, should you provide the necessary assistance I require, it will... how would one put this? He kind of leans forward a little bit to kind of make the point. Smoothen the deal, I believe the saying goes. You do not fully understand. The mystic arts are not those taken lightly. This is very, very far beyond the ilk of normal men. As
you
am
believe
I.
I am a normal man?
A normal man would not be foolish enough to hear me out.
Clever response now. As to how I can help you, Norn, come with us. Please do stand and follow me. And he gets up and he begins to lead you further into the his estate, down one hallway and stopping short in it to a almost nondescript door on the left side of the wall.
All right.
He opens it and like motions for you to enter.
Katsiel does, with maybe perhaps a half moment of hesitation, but he does as bid.
About 3 steps in, you realize that it is a staircase leading downward in a spiral fashion.
Interesting. I guess I looked back at Resh for the moment as if approval to continue.
He nods for you to go for it, and it's very clear he's like waiting for you to take a few more steps down before he himself tries to follows after you, making space for him and whatnot.
Understandable. Katsiel will oblige.
He enters, and you also hear the footsteps of the Skavlander, who has been identified Bao as Norn.
Norn, gotcha. All right. I will continue down this spiral staircase of spiralness.
Yes. It's very dark. The door gets closed almost as soon as Norn starts joining you all. And it's almost pitch black, except for the a very faint yellow-orange glow coming up from around the corner.
All right, quick question here. Because of my ghost mind, my ability to always be aware of supernatural entities in my presence, do I feel anything, any supernatural entities? Just plain and simple. Do I feel anything lurking, perhaps?
Supernatural entities.
Ghosts, or etc.
Yeah, no. I understand this term. I just didn't know that.
Yeah, I know.
Read me.
Yeah, I know you know what you're talking about. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, entities no, but I will say you do feel a tug of arcane power down here as well. The further you go down, the more noticeable the thrum become.
All right. Well, taking care to keep a more natural pace, I'd like to proceed. I assume the staircase goes down for a while here yet.
It's a few minutes down, yeah.
All right, well, I will walk it to its completion, I believe.
Yes. And as you complete it, as you step off, the glow of the light you saw becomes fully apparent of what it was. It is torchlights lining the hall of what is very clearly some kind of like cellar basement room, but with tunnel halls going off in 2 different directions, one dead ahead and one off to the right. There's no light down either of them, but it seems like this room is all that was retrofitted by Resh.
Gotcha. I just at this point, I kind of like wait for Resh and kind of like look over my shoulder, kind of betting an explanation, a little bit curious as to what he intends here necessarily.
So there is more in this room as well. In the set, and it takes you a moment to kind of realize that. Not instantly obvious, but the floor in the center of this room has an elaborate. It's not a pentagram, and it's not quite a circle either. It's like a series of concentric ovaloid rings, kind of interlocking on each other at various angles and designs, interlaid with strange runic markings on the inside and outside. Carved into the stonework itself and almost painted over in, actually, it looks like electroplasm. Like there's indents carved into the stone floor that have been filled with a thin layer of electroplasm. There's that faint neon light blue glow to it. Neon electric blue.
Interesting. I'd kind of like to kneel next to it, careful not to touch it, but I'd like to examine it a little bit more closely, just to kind of understand what specifically this is, like what Resh is trying to show me here.
Yes. So how do you want to go about that?
Well, I'm careful not to touch it. From a kneeling position nearby here, does it smell any different than usual? Something that might give off a fair scent, something that you might recognize.
Like a physical sense, or?
Yeah, like a physical scent. You know when circuitry fries and like it's very noticeable? It's something like that.
The smell of like electroplasm is thick in the air, but in terms of like wires or anything like that, there's nothing of the sort. This is very clearly, surely some sort of arcane ritual circle. No technology is being used here.
At this point, I will kind of like reference Resh at this point, since I assume he's within earshot.
Oh, yes, no, he was pretty much right behind you on the way down. He's kind of standing by, waiting for you to kind of start questioning him about it.
Not only a different man, but a busy one as well.
You have no idea, sir.
Tell me something. At this point, Ketsiel kind of like stands back up here. Doesn't really like look over to like view Resh, but still just kind of observing his surroundings. Why is she so special to you? For what reason could you go through all this trouble for one so lonely?
It's not her I want. What she has. What should be mine. Like I told you, dogs. This. He like motions to the circle. That. He motions to the ceiling, and you see there's more on the ceiling. It's an exact, almost like inverse mirror of this ritual carving thing. Again, filled with electroplasm that is somehow defying physics to stay within the latches above. This is my machine, my plan. What she has cannot be taken from her without it. I need to bring her here, so that what was stolen from me, what should be mine, I can finally have.
Ketsiel kind of like considers this for a few moments. And I assume she must be well for this. He like kind of gestures to it. Machine.
I do not know, I must confess, but I will not risk it.
Ketsiel kind of like takes a really deep breath at this point, kind of like mulling over everything that's been talked about. You ask much.
I deserve much. Everything I have done. Everything I have worked for. This, at the least of what is due me for my actions. And should you help me with it, you could be granted so much in return as well.
Ketsiel kind of like gives him a wary look over his shoulder, and then kind of like chortles a little bit. What I seek is very far from here. There is there is nothing in this world left for me. He kind of turns like to face him and like walks a little bit closer. However, I believe you and I, he kind of like holds out his hand, can make a deal.
He like firmly grasps your hand with his like, again, baseball mixed Neanderthal hand and grips it tightly. I would certainly hope so, after all you have seen here. You get like the big impression that that was a threat.
Ketsiel grips his hand a little bit more tightly at this point. Just to kind of like reaffirm that he got the message at this point. I shall assist you in your life's work, and in turn, you shall see me off on my life's journey. Do we have a deal, Mr. Resh?
We do.
Ketsiel kind of like nods a little bit slowly at this point. Well bargained and done. It slowly lets his hand go and like moves both of his hands to his pockets. I will need some time to formulate a plan.
Understood.
However, I shall notify you when I shall begin the plan, that we might both profit from its completion.
Excellent. Very good. I look forward to hearing your report. Whenever your plan, whenever that time may come. Norn, escort this gentleman back to the street. I have further preparations I must make sure are ready when the time comes.
Ketziel kind of like gives him another short bow and then moves along with Norn. He's very compliant. He's very respectful.
Yeah. Resh doesn't really move, and by the time you're like out of sight and whatnot, out of hearing range and whatnot, you climb the stairs, you'll land outside.
As Ketziel's kind of walking away from Nord, because I assume Nord stops at some point as
Nord
moves
like
through the door.
stops at the doorway into the place and like sees you out.
As Ketziel passes him, he kind of mutters under his breath, "A friend," and then just kind of like keeps walking on his way back.
Yeah, Norn cocks an eyebrow when you say that, but says nothing in response.
And I believe with that, Ketziel shall very nonchalantly walk his way back to the cult, with much and more on his mind.
Yeah. Very good.
All right, that is it for me. Next.
Well, I guess we'll do the scene. I was gonna do. Somber's gonna go pay Clara. You keep saying
Clara,
that's
that's correct.
Yeah, go pay her a visit. If she just runs a bar, she doesn't run an inn, right?
Yay. Let me double check. Hold up. Sailor's Rest. It almost sounds like it could be an inn, but I just have it written down as a bar, so yeah.
Okay.
Sailors don't sleep.
I think because I was gonna say, I mean, it could still be essentially this idea. I think it was probably like the morning after she indulged her vice. So her hair is a little disheveled and her dress is a little messy, but she like shows up maybe like early in the day before. Well, day is such a relative thing, but earlier in the clock compared to her normal visits. And waits by the bar counter.
Sorry, could you repeat that last part there?
She waits by the bar counter.
Yeah, Clyra.
Shenanigans are ensuing.
Clyra's not there immediately, but her big friend. I forget what I gave him the name of, unfortunately.
Boris.
Was it Boris?
So he was a big guy.
That's true. Boris is a big name. Yeah, but check my notes here. But if not, I'll just run with Boris for the time being. Minor characters and all, they don't really matter. I mean, do they? No.
I'd have to look back a couple VODs for it.
Yeah, we actually have to go through the VOD. I really ought to rewatch the VODs to get my narrative straight here, because apparently I don't keep very good notes.
Watch the VODs.
Watch the. Welcome to twitch.tv/Valkyrie. Watch the fucking VODs.
The VODs, Mason. What do they mean?
Very nice.
That should be my new intro.
I like it. I do like it. But yes, no. The Boris guy, the big guy, he comes out and he's like, Clyra is waiting for you in the back. He just kind of like lets you pass.
Yeah, she's a little like surprised, like looks around, and then it's like she's she's waiting for me. Oh, okay. And walks around and enters the room. Did I broadcast my arrival? You're awfully prepared for me today.
She smiles, reaches under the table, slams a big bottle of really good-looking wine on it. Have a seat.
Yes, of course. Yes, absolutely. She sits down in the seat, does the whole proper like, 'cause she's probably wearing like some sort of, like I said, dress, so she, does the whole tucking the dress out when she sits down and stuff.
And she regards you slowly for a moment as she pulls the bottle back and reaches on the table again. Songbird today, is it?
Oh yes. Once again, hi, it's me, Songbird.
All the same, it doesn't matter. She uncorks the wine, pours the glasses, like basically kind of shoves one in your direction. A drink then?
I mean, it's rather early, but okay, no, it's fine, it's
Drink
fine.
then.
Takes it and takes like, a long sip of it. Oh my, this is a rather unique taste. Where's
When
this
you look
from?
back, Lyra's like. When you look back, Lyra's like chugging from the bottle directly. Some Macarosi vintage. Special import I had some friends of mine. Pull off the Garrick State rails. I thought I've been holding on to it for a while, and this is as good an occasion as any. Like puts it back down, recorks it.
Songbird takes a longer drink while she's talking. Now, since this is now a special occasion, air quotes.
She pushes a second glass of wine towards you as well.
Yeah.
You don't know how much what you have done here has meant to me.
Oh, well, anything for the other, like-minded people in the streets and whatnot, and people who are really good at business and pleasant and all that. Just another day.
Just another day. She uncorks again, like pours both glasses up, filled, it's like full for you again. The bill hooks are caught up in a war that's going to keep them off my back for God knows how many years now, months even. Whichever comes first, I don't care anymore.
Oh yes, I can't imagine they're particularly happy with the death of the son. I mean, that was strange and weird how he just got so ambushed by these terrible other cultists. Who would dare be so brash and bold and do such a thing? As you actually see this like mischievous smile crease her lips as she like tilts the glass back and like actually really drinks from it, like takes like half of or 2/3 of it down.
Clyra like returns the grin almost perfectly in kind. I'm almost drunk enough to think you're being serious, by the way.
Well, serious about what?
That you weren't the ones responsible for this.
Oh, you've met some of us. You know how interesting we are and resourceful we can be. Why is this?
Aye. Which is why between all my debtors turning their stuff in and this happening now, there ain't no way in the void there's anyone but you responsible.
Well, it's what that's what the Harrowed Council does best. We fill the needs of all likes of people. I mean, I was doing simply as what the maiden would want to care for care for my brothers and sisters on the streets. It's very important that everyone does well and bad people get what bad people deserve.
And if this is what they can sort of do, I might just have to consider signing up as a true believer.
Oh, don't tease me. That's a mean joke.
Oh, nee, lass, nee. Oh, it's the best news I've had in many, many weeks now. Yeah,
I bet it's a great load.
honestly, that
I bet it's a great load off your mind. All that
you have
stress
no
and stuff
idea.
just washed away.
Washed away, swept away, fucking torn up, scrap papered and burned in a furnace. It might come back, it might not. I don't know. And right now, I don't care. It's gone. It ain't my problem anymore.
Oh no, they have so many problems of their own. They've been repaid in twice or three times in kind for what they did to you. I mean, they're never gonna get their son back.
Oh, no, they ain't. Ah. It's kind of a shame. He's a bit of a handsome fellow, wasn't he?
In
Shame about him being such an arse.
some ways, when he didn't look so hatefully at you, he seemed like he could have been a fine young man, I guess.
Well, a lass like you can also appreciate a good body, I'm sure.
Yeah, I have to appreciate them all the time. At some point, I kind of just lose perspective on sometimes what's around me. Just body just becomes a body.
Not sure if that sounds like a good or a bad thing, to be honest with you, but I don't think I very well care right now. Now, business. We've had ourselves a bit of pleasure here, maybe more to come later. I don't know. But business.
Yes. So since we've been able to accommodate you and help you flourish and make your business a lot less weighed down by all these bad people and all their troubles that they give you, if now maybe we can work out the other side of this, and if there are individuals that you think that come to this fine bar and need guidance and worship and structure in their life, that they end up coming to us so that we can also grow and be prosperous and enlighten others to what the council wants to do.
Aye. Aye, that's what you want. That's what you'll get. People, money. Whichever you prefer, I'll send it your way.
Well,
There's plenty of lost souls that come wandering through here off the ocean.
Oh, I'm sure. Must be endless, the amount.
As endless as there's ink in that black water, aye.
Well, that will certainly help. And oh, I guess I can't really think of anything else at the moment. It's mostly just helping get more people for the cause. But I mean, if you, depending on what you hear around here, if there's anything that seems rather interesting, maybe other fine opportunities for dealing with other bad people, then feel free to send us a message, and we'll get it sorted out.
Absolutely.
In the meantime, I guess if today's all a day of celebrations, I mean, there must be some other things around here we can do to celebrate. Oh, actually, maybe you would be up for.
Darling. Shut your mouth. She like pushes. She puts the bottle on the table, like push it towards us, and drink this.
She like measures the bottle really carefully of like how much is left, and then just carefully reaches out and like nervously tries to like chug, and a bunch of the champagne, was it champagne? No, wine. You said it was wine. A bunch of the wine is like leaking down the sides of her lips, down her chin and her neck and whatnot as she tries to drink it. Yeah. It's good. It's Nagaros have a really weird idea of wine, though. It's good. It's good. You want to come to a party?
I do apologize, but I have missed most of that. There was a bit of an incident around here. Could you repeat that?
You're an incident around here.
I do. I apologize profusely. You have no idea.
She measures
So
measures the bottle, to see how much in there. It seems kind of until it reaches out slowly, chugs a bunch of it down, liquid leaking out of the sides of her mouth, down her chin and neck, and then she just goes up. Comments on the Tigris having a weird idea of wine, but it's still good, and then asks if she wants to go to a party.
And where are you holding this party?
It's
He's like leaning forward across the desk as she's starting to say this.
it's in. Actually, I gotta check it. It's in Brightstone, right? Yeah. It's in Brightstone. It's gonna be a very blue party. But it's some special occasion with some esteemed guest from the council or something. Maybe you want to come with. I'm pretty sure I get a +1.
She almost looks a little bit disappointed. All right. That's how fancy does my dress have to be?
I don't know if it necessarily needs to be fancy as long as it's blue. That probably will get you off the hook if it's not really that fancy.
I don't understand your obsession with blue here, darling, but
It's not really.
Right?
It's not
I
my
think it's
choice.
something like that.
It's the person who's
Oh, no.
hosting it. It's his favorite color or something. He's kind of a bit eccentric, but he's an alright fellow. He's helped us as a fair bit. Like we've helped you, and you know he's in business with us, but he's making this big party, and I don't know. I know it's not probably your thing. I mean, but maybe it might get you. It's a change of scenery. It's different from bloodstains on the floor.
She picks up the wine again, chugs some more of it. Will there be drinks there?
Oh, I imagine there'll be a lot of drinks and a lot of food. A lot of different type of food, I'd imagine. Very special food or sophisticated, or whatever the rich people eat.
It sounds like it might be my thing.
Okay. That's great. I'll send the message when we're gonna head out, and we'll pick you up in the boat.
Ooh. A chauffeur, fancy.
Well, I know how to treat my business partners and be courteous and everything. I'm a lady. Kind of the corner, but
Hey, you are.
all right. Well, and she like takes the last full glass and knocks it all back and shakes her head. Ugh, that's great. You'll hear from me soon. Stands
Up
up.
to?
Sorry.
Starts chugging again as you just stand up.
She stands up, kind of like has trouble like getting her feeding. Like her head seems dizzy. Like holds on to the chair for a little. It takes a couple careful steps before finding like a stride to be able to like head out the room.
Clyda just keeps chugging, doing that like that sprawled finger wave thing where you like wave your fingers individually as you go by.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think that kind of wraps it up. So this opens up a few excuse me. This opens up a few possibilities on how you want to treat this. Is this just a fictional setting, or is there something else you wanted to get out of this little favor arrangement? A claim, a new contact, something like that.
Well, since we tiered up, it could be part of the reason of how we justify how our cohorts got larger.
Point. Yeah.
Point. So that will help justify them going from like 2 people in each group to being I think it's 6 or so is tier 1 gangs, or like half a dozen. That'd be where the extra people come from, or just like sailors or other bar folk that are down on their life and luck. Other mechanical parts, maybe score opportunities, because now she's like a bartender, she'll be able to hear a lot of stuff and she won't be pressured as much, so we can have her as a pocket. So maybe even like crew contact, maybe that would make sense, because I know she's because she's a personal contact already. She's Rayford's or whatever.
Yes, but she could be a crew contact as well. That is entirely possible. In fact, I think that makes a lot of sense for her to become a crew contact right now.
Yeah. Because then we can...
He mentioned... Sorry, go ahead.
Because then we could all have access and be able to do stuff, because we're like part of the one big group, instead of it just being something that we'd always be like, hey Rayford, can you ask your contact or something. It's like, you know, it broadens our scope.
Oh wait, hold up.
What were you gonna say, Xanax?
He offered the idea during off camera to also cash in my favor to turn Claire's bar into a vice den.
Oh, you want to make it a vice den claim?
Yeah, just to... Because we have 2 favors for her, and we really made her happy, so might as well add that to the pot. Also a crew contact, and also turning her bar into a vice den. Or one of these other...
It makes a certain degree of sense. You helped her out very much here. When I made that thing, I kind of, in my mind, already kind of wrapped both of those together, but you are completely right that the first deal you made would still stand as well. So now, normally speaking, something like the Vice Den would require a very big score or something like that to get, since you don't have a connecting path to it from your lair. But you guys just spent, like, I don't even know how much downtime and whatnot working on this very thing. I think that would qualify it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I checked it. We'll have Vice Den for next time. Oh, I guess actually that's what I guess I can do. I finally looked at the crew chamber. That's what I could do for my downtime, my second downtime. I'm gonna lower the heat. I'm gonna reduce that a bit. I think she sticks around in the bar and like socializes with the sailors and stuff to like build the favor and stuff with them, to not want to call anything bad on the cult.
All right.
Sound good?
Sounds good. Yeah. Sounds almost like a consort roll to be made.
Sure. That's fine. Suck at them, but whatever.
Well, what are we trying to go for?
We're just gonna do sway. But it's more, I guess it was more consorting. It's fine. 1 tick.
Yes.
There we go. All right, that finally deals with my downtime. Finally.
All right. Yes, that handles it very nicely. I very much enjoyed that. That was very interesting to see how that kind of played out there. Now,
So what other free plays are there that anybody wants to do before we figure out the next thing?
the only other things that popped in my mind immediately are your deal with the wraiths, but it's hard to say when exactly that would manifest.
Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out what, because we need something that we can give them. And maybe something specific that we're asking. I still kind of want to get them as friends and build a connection with them, but it's hard to find out what will make what will make what will make this make sense. What will make it work? So anybody else?
It is a very good question you asked it there.
What was the question?
Anybody got free plays before we think about what the next shenanigans will be, which is probably the blue party?
Not
Probably
this
not.
week.
Because
Not
one
at
thing
the
I've-
moment.
one thing planned, I'm pretty sure it's a downtime action to take the William and Theodore to the the Dimmer sisters to fix their curse.
Yeah.
That'd be a downtime action. So let's go party with the Blueford. Or what's his name? It should be Blueford.
Klein. Matthias
Matthias.
Klein.
Collide.
Matthias Klein, the greatest NPC that ever lived.
Ever. In the history of ever.
But he's so blue.
Oh, Debo.
Da-boo-dee-da-boo-da.
I was waiting for that. Perfect.
We both,
What's that?
me and Pancake, are like on the same wavelength right now.
Haha, get it? Wavelength because it's blue?
Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in. Played the Dark canceled forever.
Can't do that. You're not the host of the stream.
No.
My God, he just leaves.
What a shit.
I actually hope that didn't interfere with your recording at all, Zal. I didn't think about that.
We
before I
don't
did.
have faces, so no.
Okay, fair enough. Well, I still sound being it. No, but yes. So seriously, though, and pressing forward, I suppose. With no other free play this week, I suppose we do suppose, as you'll continue to say, that we should move on to the score itself, and that it being Matthias Klein's party.
So
Let's do it.
what is about this that's a score again? I keep forgetting.
We're recruiting more rich people. I'm taking her name Amelia with me to like have rich people like these people have some arcane magic, because it's one of those rich people who think this is a funny joke and they just put money at it. But I don't think some of the rich people will be happy about that. That's my goal. I'm trying to convince rich people to throw more money at us.
And for arcane joke, Ghostwise. Well, Ghostwise, absolutely not in this setting. That wouldn't be like a funny haha joke to these people, because that's a very real thing. But fortune telling, yeah, they could probably.
Yeah, but
fly.
they're rich, so like
Fair
They're
enough.
rich.
They are fairly disconnected. That's a good point. Like,
dead bodies are things poor people deal with.
that is actually 100% true. If we want to, let me pop us over to Brightstone here, for example. I'm pretty sure. Here we are. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Corn died in Corn died in Brightstone.
Yeah.
A better
Yeah, so
place
yeah.
to die.
Oh, no. Let's look at here. The occult influence of Brightstone actually is halfway up the top clock. It's not as forlorn and...
Does that mean they're
happening
interested in
as-
a cult?
It means there's a bit of a presence within it. There's that, but like a decent amount of cult influence. Like clearly, like they're the most wealthy, they're the most safe. The criminal influence here is basically null. But the occult influence, that is, that's a thing that does exist. The rich people have their own things, recall that, and this is the home of the Sanctorium.
Yes, where?
But
Where is
that just
Bluford's?
might help your case further.
Mattias Klein's estate right here. This little cross.
Mm,
No, it's over here. I'm dumb. I can't read.
It's perfectly fine. These are very small pinpoints.
So we're trying
I
to.
looked at that and I saw a boat.
It's very small pinpoints, and they're starting to overlap way too much, and I do not know how to solve them.
Hmm.
Oh, you're good. I see the pinpoint now. I just saw that little cross. I was like, oh, it looks like a boat. Marius Klein likes boats.
I am disappointed in myself now.
Look at it. It has little sails and stuff. Look at it.
Oh, I'm a fool. What a fool I am.
Yeah. Anyways,
So recruit and trying to think of what else we can get out of this as a potential
Money.
angle.
well, I'm gonna use what's that new ability we have?
Ghost echoes.
Just echoes. I'm gonna go back in time and investigate this place more.
Are you gonna go back to the future?
Yes, I gotta get back to the future. And I'm gonna go back in time, then get back to the future. Gotta go back in time.
Oh god.
Ability to see and interact with the ghostly structures, trees. And...
Let's
Oh,
have
okay.
Yeah, it's sort of going back.
I'm gonna go back in time and see this place not blue.
Oh, fucking Christ! It was all red.
Oh no!
Okay, so recruit rich people, get fat loads of money from rich people as funding.
We're trying to get donations.
Yeah, donations. And then I'm trying to think. I kind of want.
Oh wait,
I'm
Twitch.
I've invited Clara, and I'm trying to think of what I want to do with that. I don't know
Maybe
if I
she
should
can
score
get
with it.
investments for her bar.
Maybe we can also use some levers that get some investments for the bar.
I mean, what are rich poor parties for besides trying to get people to spend more money?
Yeah, we're basically networking. It does networking social score.
Yeah, it's very business-like, which is what we are at the moment. That GM, we already got an XP ready.
There you go.
All right, that's fine. I'm on board.
How much do we like Mattias Klein?
We're not burning bridges.
Not burning bridges. Okay, we're not
Not
gonna
this
rob
one.
man.
Not this one.
Not gonna rob man. At the other person's rich party, we'll rob them.
Yes.
We get to invite to a different party, we'll rob them. But yeah, I'm guessing getting more contacts for rich people, maybe more heist potentials, stuff that normally the stuff we'll get in the docks will be a much more bigger heist down the line.
Okay.
We're networking, getting donations, getting fat stacks. And Bobo can entertain them.
Basically, a lot of clocks. Get ready for all the clocks.
We're gonna have a lot of micro clocks going on right now.
We do. Yeah, absolutely do. So, ladies and gentlemen, dear audience, I hate to do this right now, but in a strange break of sorts from tradition in this channel, this show, I should say, we are going to be taking a short 5-minute break, and we will be back very briefly. So, tune in next time. Well, sorry, tune in 5 minutes. My brain's all over the place. I do need. We'll be back with the planning for this score. See you then. live after our uncharacteristic Wednesday break. I do aim for this not to become a habit, dear audience, so fret not. We will have unbroken session as much as. Am I still human? I don't even know anymore. As much as meanly possible, we will call that. So, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We were just about to begin discussing the engagement rules for our score here. Now, first and foremost, is there anything else that wants to be taken care of before we do this?
Not that I can think of.
No, I think I'm good.
Okay, with that said, ladies and gentlemen, do inform me about the nature of this score. What type? What is its type?
Social.
Business-like.
Absolutely. With the connection being Matthias Klein himself.
Big blue man, yeah.
It sounds like we're going to be on our best behavior this time.
That's what you
Yeah.
think.
Bring a drug
I
addict.
didn't say good behavior, I said best.
Bring a strung out fortune teller. So hopefully this goes great.
Yes. Now, your loads, ladies and gentlemen.
Ooh, I'm gonna go with normal load. I'm gonna be a normal boy.
Should we do gather?
A little bit
infos
heavy
first,
for this.
or load first?
We do load first.
Oh, already marked for normal load. Nice.
I guess light. Gotta be dressy. Can't be
Yes.
coming in looking like a merc.
Yeah. So basically, to kind of contextualize these out a little.
I have a question. If I come in with the max load, can I be like a? Will I look armed, or can I just look like I'm very well prepared for clowning?
You will look very out of place, I think is maybe the best way that can be described.
Yeah, that's the first thing that popped in my mind as well.
Okay. Are they hiring like entertainment for the party?
Probably, absolutely. Some kind.
Can I go in with them? Like the rest of the group goes in with like, oh yes, we are very quite nobles and everything, and I'm like with the band who are all like drinking booze in the back alley and being like, all right, we're up.
That was like a free play sort of little event here.
Who are you? I am the drummer.
Hello there.
I missed a lot. I just tuned in with
I am what they are calling a hype man.
So I'm curious to learn how you go about learning about the existence, the very existence of this this band, who they are exactly, and getting in their good graces enough that they will go with.
Oh
you.
man, I know entertainment is my business. I know the entertainers. You think I just know the actors? Like I'm a clown. I'm not an actor. Like I'm a funny guy, right? I don't act. I don't do plays, but I run in these circles. So obviously I know a band or two. Oh, especially at the very least, the actor people that I know a band or two. And so, I ask a couple questions around, I get some information, and then I meet up with the band. I'm like, hey, listen, I heard there's a party. I would be wondering if you could get me in.
Give me a fortune consort roll. I want to see how well this goes for you, because I'm assuming you're using RZ, so I'm not going to ask too many questions here.
Okay.
What are we doing at the current moment?
We are working out the slight change to Boo Boo's plan
To do a fortune consort roll, do I... Oh wait, no, I can... It's an option. Never mind, I'm an idiot.
So it takes a bit, and you are not fully welcome.
Okay. Hold on. I'm not fully welcome, but... Fuck, I don't have a coin.
1d2?
Use your
What do you mean
stash.
1d2?
Roll 1d2 in the thing. Just trying to flip a coin.
No, I mean I don't have... I don't
Use your stash.
I have 6 things of... Or no, I have 7 things of stash. Can I use those?
You could use 2, yes.
Okay, I'm gonna use 2 things of stash. And, when the band is, like, initially cold to me, I want to, like... bring out some of the,
You bribe them, essentially.
Yeah, I bribe them with whatever they react to best.
Yeah. They like money. You give them money.
I go, let me go in with you. I have some implements that I must bring in with me that may not pass code check, if you know what I mean.
Oh. Sideline you and I, you up and down a little bit, but you gave them money. They got a.
Don't worry, you are. I do not know any of you, so there's no way that any trouble I make gets back to you.
Just try not to cause trouble.
Of course. I simply am clowning around.
Roll 1d6.
So, are you trying to get a heavy load by making the band carry your
Get
load?
fucked.
They appreciate that joke.
What bizarro world are we living in right now?
Yeah. So with that said, yeah, we have some slight adjustments here. So
I'm going with a heavy load.
you are going with a heavy load. So what else is everyone else's load here now? We heard light, we heard normal, we heard heavy. So to give full context here again, going heavy, you look like you're worn down with stuff. Some of it, under most circumstances, you look like you're prepared for trouble, like you're armed for war. Or to some degrees, in the case of Boo Boo, he's going to stand out quite a bit, as was said, because he just carrying so much stuff on him. Furthermore, meanwhile, Ketchel's normal. He's going to look like a bit like a merc. He's going to look a bit like kind of like a typical kind of scoundrel character. Probably things on him that he maybe shouldn't have on him, perhaps. Meanwhile, Light is your average normal citizen. Most of the people here, barring the guards perhaps, and maybe 1 or 2 more eccentric nobles, would be considered in light load.
Oh, like.
Yes.
But, I can't believe I'm doing this part. I want to add a contact to help me with this heist.
Well, we're not there yet.
We're not there yet? Okay, cool.
We're still determining load. Does everyone have their load?
Yep.
Yes, I picked light.
Bring it back after me.
Huh? What?
Bring me back your load, just so I'm fully aware.
Normal. Ketzel normal.
Rayford light.
Songbird light.
And Boo Boo heavy.
Oh, Boo Boo heavy. Yeah, I'm sorry. I thought because we did our thing earlier.
I demanded an answer from you. You tried to snub me on it. Yeah, we'll remember this. Okay, so with that said, now we move on to the fun part. So, you get 1 dice, push your luck. As you are scoundrels, and you are reliant on that luck factor. Is this operation particularly bold or daring?
Are there any government officials here?
Probably quite a few, yes.
I mean, there's Strangford here.
Are they very happy of the idea of a cult popping up in
their party.
this place? Like very like no cults allowed, right?
Not so much no cult as the right cult. That being the Church of the Ecstasy of the Flesh.
The Flesh, yeah.
Perhaps a few minor spirit cults among the nobility. It depends.
These guys could pretty much pay out the blue coat, so maybe if we piss one off, this might be very bad.
Yes. The answer is yes.
So is that good enough to have the entire government just get more able? There's a possibility that could happen if we push too hard.
I think so. Absolutely. This could. I think that's a good answer. Is this operation overly complex or contingent on many factors?
Yeah.
I don't feel like it's that complex. This is a pretty basic concept here.
We're bringing in a lot of NPCs with us.
That's
Using a lot of contacts.
Yeah, but it's not really making it complex.
I would still argue in favor that it's not complicated or it doesn't rely on many factors. We don't really have any particular end goals or anything like so that we're really going for. It's mainly let's see what we can do with what we've got sort of thing.
All right. Does the plan's detail expose the vulnerability of the target or hit them where they're weakest?
Hit them on their weakest.
I mean, very loosely in a way, maybe, because like if we rub any of these nobles the wrong way, they can't like protest that much because that would be
quite rude, mate.
Yeah, be rude as a guest for this party and whatnot. So like they can't just like riot or anything like that. So they're kind of kept into social constraints because we've chosen to do it at this gala. So like kind of.
Also, I would also like to point out that if I recall correctly, Matthias Klein loves us. So we are.
He thinks we're hilarious.
Maybe not honored guests per se, but we are in his good graces, and as the host master, that does kind of go a long way.
Yeah, that could very much be argued exploiting a weakness.
Because we're in his favor over like someone who there might be a chance of someone he doesn't really care for that much. No. Backstab Mr. Blue, guys.
Our cult has to be bigger than his cult.
He doesn't have a cult. He's rich. He owns boats.
Maybe when we get tier 3 or something.
Our cult has to be bigger than his boats.
That's what the grinders are for.
We need to recruit him so that we can put our cult in his boats.
Hit out the grinders later.
True.
This joke would be funnier if he had horses and you would have a cult.
Hey, I get it.
On a cult.
Anyways, what's the question again?
So the question was, does it expose the vulnerability of the target hit when where the weak is? It sounds like it's an argument being made for yes here, which is kind of surprising.
We're friends with the host.
Yeah.
If anyone's going to get kicked out, it's the people he's not very happy with. How dare you accuse my eccentric friends of being eccentric?
Debatable, but we shall also have to ask another question here. Is the target strong against this approach, or do they have particular defenses or special preparations?
Probably. Yes. We're also under social constraints too.
This is true.
Bubbo, don't throw your entire inventory again.
Random bullshit. Go. Can any of your friends or contacts provide aid or insight for this operation?
Yes.
This is Klein's party. Or any enemies or rivals to this operation?
Yeah. Yes.
Yes.
Oh no. Oh no. I don't like that.
And last but not least, are there any other elements you want to consider? Maybe a lower tier target will give you a +1, maybe a higher tier will give you a -1. Definitely another -1. Just for how much of a gap there is going on here.
What our goal is?
Yeah, basically, you are on
We don't-
well-guarded.
Yeah, we don't know
the
who our main target
upper
is.
crust. You're tier 1, ladies and gentlemen.
Hmm.
Your clothing alone is going to be garbage, unless you have a way around that.
Fine jewelry. Ooh,
There we go. That would help.
clothes and jewelry. And that's an italic, so that's a free inventory slot.
Yes.
A Bobo can have the pants, I'll take the shirt. A Sombra could take the jacket, and Joe could take the rings. I don't know. There we go. We're gonna split this one outfit together. Yeah, I gotta find clothing and jewelry and a disguise kit. Does the disguise kit mean just me, or can I just open up a wardrobe and everyone can take an outfit?
Yeah, you basically can disguise whoever you want, yes.
So it can be on multiple people instead of just one person, right?
No, I think you only have enough for one person.
Yeah. We'll cross these bridges when we get there.
Mhm. So, were there any +1s there you all can think of?
What would +1 be? Extra stuff we might add to the move into our favor?
Exactly. I'm of the mind that Boo Boo's special little entrance here could be considered a +1, perhaps.
Sure. Yeah, it's a wild card because I get to go in with 6 thing.
Nice. Can anyone think of anything else? Any other pluses? Any other minuses?
That comes to mind.
No. I mean, do you count Amelia as our fortune teller? That is
No, she's the main part of your ploy.
main play. Does this prostitute count? Because I'm gonna bring her too. That'd be great.
If you want to bring a prostitute.
Yeah, we can bring her, seduce some rich guy.
I don't think it's enough. Because she's not a close friend of yours either. That's a thing.
It's not.
Well, for a plus or minus, how is Clyra going to take to noble types? Like, is that going to be helpful or hindrance?
That might be a minus.
Oh no.
Might be a minus. What do you think,
Mine-
Zal? You're the one who's introducing this, Zal. I want your opinion. Plus, minus, no?
I mean, I could sell her as an entrepreneur. So the business angle might be positive, but her behavior is like rowdy and stuff. So it's
She just rip men's teeth out of their jaws, yes.
yeah.
Their muscle.
So it's tricky. I don't know.
She does come from a sailor background, though.
Oh, Maddie's clan will love her then. Your parents own the ship. How amazing! My parents own a ship too.
My parents didn't own a ship. They died on a ship, giving birth to me, so I could also go on a ship and almost die.
What a story! Oh God!
Let me tell you about this time I bought a ship. It was a most amazing Blue Crest ship I've ever had.
Speech 100.
We'll go with positive. Just to move on.
Ace Klein would probably be obsessed with her. It's like, oh, you own a bar. You called it the Sailor's Rest. How much blue is there?
Dude, Klein is. I love Klein so much.
He's literally the best. Thank you for bringing him into the game.
You're the one who picked him as your favorite contact. I just created him. So it's so.
You make him great.
What was that final say there, Zal? Plus, minus?
Plus, yeah, we'll go with
Plus.
that. We have angles we
I
can
like
work with her. That at least gives us potential, even if she is
Yeah.
who she is.
Three
Holy
dice.
shit.
Okay. What?
3 dice.
That good? I've never seen more than one.
This is you've played significantly into your strength. Remember, this is a score quite a few sessions in the making. This was planned like session 5, gentlemen.
Yeah.
Yeah. Somewhere around
We
there.
have been
This is
looking
true.
forward to this. I have been looking forward to this. And I am
going to be
going to continue to look forward to it.
All
Let
right.
us see this roll.
Who
ladies and
hasn't
gentlemen.
rolled yet? Who needs some?
I don't think
Ooh.
I have.
Hasn't rolled.
I rolled my.
Yeah.
Yes, I did. I rolled 2 things.
Yeah. Then roll.
I don't think I have.
I mean, I'm fine with rolling. Yeah, I actually, yeah.
I feel like that just makes the most sense.
I agree. Boo Boo or
Rayford.
Rayford?
Up to you, man. I don't care.
Go for it. Go to the cruise sheet. Roll us an engagement.
Me?
Yes.
Oh, shit.
You haven't rolled. Now it's your time.
Oh, God. Come on, character sheet loadown. And engagement.
Go to the cruise sheet, the cola sheet. Oh, you are
Son of
doing
it. Oh, sheet. Oh, there it is. Roll engagement. And number of dice. 3. Submit.
Nice.
Not bad. Solid risky position. And we shall learn what that looks like, I think, next time we come around.
Sounds good.
I am very much looking forward to this. Klein, I'm so happy to see all of you.
This is going to be very good.
I think tonight we will close out, however, with a small peek at how this looks up. How this is beginning to look. Your little ramshackle boat, whatever fine dress and whatnot, however you all going to start looking there,
Go ahead and
Swings
find
by
this
the-
guy's kit.
swings by a particular dock on its way to Brightstone and picks up Clara, who is wearing a very nice, very slimming, very revealing blue dress of her own. That doesn't look like it belongs to her.
Oh no.
Oh yes.
Oh yeah. Oh my.
Oh.
And ladies and gentlemen, that is where we will end tonight's session. You have experience to take care of first, so don't go running off. We will finally have a good amount of time to take care of it. So, as always, let us begin with the crew. To advance the agenda of your deity, or embody its precepts in action.
By setting up this, essentially by setting up this store we're about to go on, would that technically count as advancing our agenda? I would imagine.
Yes.
Perhaps, honestly, not the way I thought you were about to try and propose it, especially from you, Ketchal, but...
Oh, I'm going on a tangent here. I'm talking about the crew right now.
Yeah, no, I mean, yeah, I know you are. I'm talking specifically about you, though, based on things you've done this session. I expected a different take on what could possibly be advancing the agenda.
I don't know. I feel, would that really count for like the crew itself, or would that be more of like a personal thing? That was kind of my impression. Was that was more of a personal.
That is a very good
note.
question, actually.
We've done it before. It doubled up before.
That's a very good question. I think that I think Devin's right, though. We have done it before. We have done it before. So I think taking one for it makes, at least one for it makes sense.
Yeah.
That's fair, I think.
Did you contend with challenges above your current station?
No.
Not yet. Not yet.
No?
Not yet.
We're getting there.
So
We
you say,
established
right,
this mission is above our grade, so yes. Next
Well,
week
yeah,
we'll
we haven't contended with it yet,
that
though.
Rest is somewhere around tier 1. That makes sense for him, actually.
Is he? I just that could be fair then.
Tier
Alright.
1, extremely high
Oh.
lifestyle. But you are tier 1 yourselves, so.
Well, he sounds more like he'd be above our current station
Perhaps.
if we're counting that on such a thing here. So I don't know. I'll leave that to you to decide. It's ultimately your call, but
Maybe not this time around. Maybe we'll think about it.
we'll have plenty of opportunity next week.
Oh, absolutely. Should you bolster your crew's reputation or develop a new one?
Bolster. You're businesslike.
Absolutely. Take one for that. Perhaps two. No. Maybe.
Not yet.
Yes.
The score. Once we get into the score, we can probably. I mean, next session.
I would argue take two. There was two very distinct business dealings that went on tonight.
That is fair. That is fair.
Express your goals, drives, inner conflict, or essential nature of the crew.
Okay, at this point, I am going to argue very heavily in favor of inner conflict brewing.
Of course.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's not what it looks like, I promise.
Oh, are you sure?
I did this to save Songbird like 4 sessions ago, damn it!
So you say. But people's motives can change in 3 weeks, 5 weeks, 8 weeks. I don't fucking know anymore. But yeah, go ahead and mark that experience, and we shall move on to characters.
Guys, it's just an XP farm, I promise. It's not what it looks like.
I know. Catcher looks kind of sus to me.
No, it was Rayford. I saw him do it. He vented.
Actually, if anyone vented,
me
it is
sitting
you.
me sitting in the
Go over to
lobby.
catacombs. Oh god, Among Us, Blades Among Us. Imagine that.
I'll get to work on a rulebook. I'll work on a playbook for that.
Please.
It'll be the ultimate meme. I'll keep that in mind.
This is my. Is it okay if I use my custom playbook? Sure, I guess. Okay. My name is Crewmate, and I'm playing the Amogus.
Ugh, enough. All right, Rayford.
He did nothing.
You did nothing.
Yeah, I did nothing.
You did nothing.
Not this
It's-
session.
It's a session about nothing.
Oh god, this is the first time Rayford's done nothing.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Spent all my downtime last game, and I didn't have time to do anything else.
Okay, yeah, no, Songbird then. Or Viper, whoever's in charge now.
Songbird, because I'm still under that consequence. With that
Yeah, how long?
Devil's
We'll
Bargain.
have to talk about that, but yes.
Devil's Bargain. I have to do Songbird for one more score.
Oh, okay.
Just a challenge with cutting while I lowered heat. Especially size, heritage or background. Yes. Yeah, I think with that meeting there was about that. Yeah, because the cult talk and stuff like that. So yeah. And struggle with issues of your vice or trauma. Not necessarily, but she did invite Clyra to a party because it's celebration time, air quotes, which is kind of inviting her of someone to vice along.
Yeah, she was disappointed when you said it was an actual party.
Yeah, true.
So I would say that counts for at least 12 issues. Not yet, but yeah, screw it. Go ahead and take it. It adds up to me.
Cool. And I finally get a new dot in prowess. Yay.
One of these XP things is too large, bothering me. Can't be the only one seeing that.
What, the
What?
crew advancement compared to playbook?
No, the
character?
playbook advancement. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. The fifth one is like 50% thicker than the other lines.
Wait,
The
really?
fuck? No. They're copy pasta. I don't think that can be possible.
Don't
Fuck
let
are
this
you
distract
talking
you from the
about?
fact that in 1972, a crack commando unit was sentenced by.
What are you talking about?
Anyway,
What are you talking about, Pancake?
I'm not crazy. Look at this. Look at this.
Is it sus?
It's kind of sus.
Ah, we got him. We got him to say it.
We
I've
did
said
it,
it plenty of
boys.
times.
He's in.
And look at this.
We did a show about nothing.
Huh.
That's,
It's
that's not how
there is
mine
there
went.
is indeed.
Well,
Brain
butter my
foster.
biscuits. Yeah,
What, you
that is not the same on mine.
That is strange. Let me have a look at yours.
Damn, your curse sheet actually lives like this?
Anyway,
Nope, it's the same on mine. Fascinating.
anyways, who's next for XP?
Should be me, I think. I think I'm the
Yep.
only one left.
Did you mark yours, Viper?
Yeah.
Strange. Okay. I'll trust you. Quetzal.
Yes, no desperate actions were ruled this time. Addressed a challenge with knowledge or arcane power. I would say a little bit here. Just working to understand the inner workings of Resh's mysterious. It's not ley lines. That's not it. His mysterious
Ritual circles. It's basically
ritual circle. Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right. Expression of beliefs, drives, heritage, or background. I would say there was quite a bit for that there. Several occasions just during my business dealings with this man Resh. I would argue heavily in favor of that. I would argue that there was 2 of that overall.
Yes, I absolutely agree. This was a very good Quetzal moment. Issues of advice or trauma.
Yes. So I have a trauma of cold. Quetzal has lost his
do?
grip on emotional connection.
You do have a trauma. I forgot. Oh ho ho.
And he is disconnected from that human part that says the ends do not justify the means. And I would argue that he is currently struggling to find his position between those two, between what he wants to achieve and who he wants to achieve it with. And I would argue that's worth a point of experience.
I enjoy
No, it's turned to PvP again.
Absolutely. Yes, it is PvP.
It's not PvP, it's
Pancake
character
versus
development. Turns out I was the final boss the whole time.
Ladies and gentlemen, okay, so, yep, take it. And that is a playbook advance for you. What are you taking?
Oh, that's a good question. I think I want to take... I'm not sure between compel and occultist. I'll have to think about that one. I'm not sure if I want to be able to force ghosts to obey me, or if I'd like to learn how to consort with ancient powers.
Mm-hmm. Very nice. Ooh. All right, now, Bartholomew, you were the last.
Yes.
Did you address a challenge with deception or showmanship?
Yes.
I think I would call him so. Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like the band thing is kind of addressing it with deception and showmanship, because I'm addressing my challenge of wanting to get into the party,
Exactly.
and I'm going with the band for that. And in
You
the
said
same
it
way,
right.
the method in which I did that, I think, kind of expresses my heritage background kind of stuff, like where my vibe is at with the city, where I mingle and I kind of know my way around this sort of entertainment world.
You could have gone through servant channels. You actually, no, you don't. Then someone else knows a servant. It was your other character.
Yeah, I think my
But you decided to go through the entertainment.
Yeah, actually going through official channels is bad for me because my rival nemesis is a city official.
Yes, he is. All right.
So I only get 2 points. It was
Only
an
2
honor.
points.
Yep. Don't
That's
worry.
not
I'm gonna get another playbook advancement after next session. So
I feel like you're probably going to earn at least 1 just from next session. This is right up your alley.
yeah,
Yeah. So speaking of
I'm
advances,
about to find party jokes.
there is still one unspent advance on the crew sheet.
Oh, is there?
There is. How would you like to take care of it before we head into this next score?
What is that? We get another special ability on it, or
Special ability or 2 upgrades? Now keep in mind, you cohorts.
Wait,
2,
why is boat only marked with 1 thing?
Because
You
it's
only
not a
have
very
1.
good boat. But it could be a cooler boat. Or wait, is it how many boats, or is it like how good of a boat it is?
How good of a boat?
So when you upgrade boat, you have a boat on a dock in the waterway in a small shack to store boating supplies. A second upgrade improves the boat with armor and more cargo capacity.
Okay.
You said you have a gondola right now. You could have a pontoon. How big is a pontoon actually?
Bigger than a gondola? I mean, a pontoon's a type necessarily. I think your description holds up though.
I think it
That's
does.
not-
I am 100% correct. Yes. You could take supplies.
Just doing down here.
Could take gear. Could take
It almost might make sense for us to go with high society, given what we're about to go with here from the looks of things.
That sounds good.
I mean, I don't even know if I really necessarily want it, but it just makes too much sense.
Yeah. We'll also
Yeah,
say
let's go high
I'm
society.
looking at conviction and I really like that.
You poison people, of course you do.
Yeah.
Hmm.
But at the same time, I also think getting just two upgrades would be really nice. Like maybe getting a level 1 carriage and then also like implements.
I would be.
Oh wait, no,
I
never
would be
mind.
fine.
Implements is not what I thought it was.
I'd be down for just
Subterfuge
upgrading
supplies
our
would be things like the
assets.
disguise kit, the fancy clothes. I think the supplies would be like the fancy clothes and whatnot. No, I mean, that's what I said. Yes.
Or do carriage and vaults for if we need to store more coin.
We don't have. We don't need. I don't think we need vaults quite yet.
And we need to get like 12 coin for the grinders.
That's
Yeah.
true.
And we can only give them coin if we do a meeting with them.
So what are you all thinking?
Yo, what about Ghost Passage? We're immune to possession.
Maybe, but
That could be flavored really well as like the spirits of our gods is protecting us or something.
I don't know. We haven't actually dealt with ghosts as much yet. Surprisingly.
That's true. That's true. We're more.
I mean,
That
there's
is what I
ghosts
keep in
inside
mind.
of you right now.
Is this the part where you say we're technically a spirit role-playing a skeleton with skin armor and meat? However that thing goes, right?
I think so.
I think I just completely botched that, but I think you know what I mean.
I do. Probably something like 7 layers of memory right now. So it's like
No, I honestly I think conviction would be really good. Obviously, it's not good because we're just about to go into a store, so like immediately it's not really good. But I think conviction is just like insane.
You're about to have like. I'm gonna be perfectly honest with you. I'm gonna take my time with this. We're looking at probably like 3 full sessions of this one score.
This part. Oh, okay. Then let's.
not.
Okay.
Not 3.
Better not.
Okay, guys, but what if you guys roll
I can't
style
see
in a
two.
carriage?
We'll see. We'll see. We'll see.
We can upgrade our different training
We
options as
could
well
get
here.
a new cohort.
It's like a kid
You
in a
did,
candy store.
Gus.
He's just like, oh, you can do this. Oh my god, they have this flavor too.
I'm just saying, we have a lot of
as a
things we could
GM,
do.
Well, a carriage would probably be very useful. So what if we went with like a carriage and then something for prowess training, so that we can get them gains? Since our
Why
stores
take a
seem,
carriage when you're already taking a boat?
why not both? Why not put a carriage on a boat?
Have like two like Rayford and Catchall could go by boat, and then Songbird and the other girl can go by carriage.
Yeah.
Split up.
I've already described it being picked up by the boat, though.
Oh well, then they go on the boat, and then Rayford and Catchall arrive by carriage.
Such a nice boat.
The man is like a sailing enthusiast. I think arriving in a boat makes him happier. You arrive in a carriage, he'd be like, "Oh, that
True.
mode of transportation."
Savages.
Savages.
How dare you?
What about getting
Be gone.
What about increasing the quality of our weapons by 1?
We arrive in carriage. It's like the GM's like, "Yeah, Midas Klein is no longer a good contact. He accepts you, but he's not like very friendly to you anymore."
You just see a little pop-up. Clyde will remember that.
Okay.
I will remember that.
Are we
Alright.
taking high society to be in theme?
Sure.
Sure. Okay. I'm marking off high society.
All right.
We take -1 heat during downtime and +1 dice to gather info about the city's elite.
Beautiful. That fits out very nice with your new vice den as well.
It was meant to be.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah. All right, ladies and gentlemen, then. That is going to be the end of tonight's score. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for tuning in. Thank you very much for being here and enjoying this, watching this on the VOD. Watch the rest of the VODs. And support Valkyrie on Twitch, on YouTube. Buy him coffee. Buy him a sandwich.
Prime
Whatever.
subs.
Buy him subs. That would be most excellent. And I hope to see you all here next time. I still love this game. I'm looking forward to whatever it is we're doing on Friday tonight this time. I really have no idea, to be perfectly honest with you. We're kind of playing it by ear. And until next time, I will see you all later. Have a great night.